We used the editing software iMovie in order to edit the footage we filmed for our film trailer.
iMovie was very good for creative needs such as CCTV cameras. We used iMovie to put filters over the top and give it a more old-fashioned effect, which was really useful for this high-angle shot. We also used it for having voiceovers and creating sound bridges throughout our trailer, especially when the parents in the film were having a press conference. The reason we decided on using Photoshop was because it allowed us to create a gradient between the black and white image of our logo. It was very useful in this way because it allowed us to cut away the black text to create the white and black contrast in the background.
We used Blogger as a format to present all of our findings from the research and planning of our ancillary text and our film trailer. We were able to incorporate and embed HTML footage from various sites such as YouTube, eMaze, Powtoon and Prezi, which are various sites which allow you to present your findings in more sophisticated and technologically advanced ways.
Another limitation of Blogger is it is not a very user-friendly site because you have to take screenshots of the work you have done on Word, which is a very frustrating and long, drawn-out process.
We used the well-known video sharing site YouTube in order to conduct research and present our findings. There are limitations to using YouTube as it takes a long time to process and this can be a very laborious task. We encountered the issue of when trying to post one video, we were also trying to post another video at the same time, but we found this impossible and it just ended up being a very time-consuming task.
YouTube was also very useful to watch many trailers for our specific genre. Ours was specifically crime thriller, so we watched Taken, Bourne and Black Cat. Black Cat was also very useful because it had that hacking element which really inspired our trailer.
After taking inspiration from Black Cat, we then compared our own film trailer being Iscariot with their film trailer, and we drew the conclusion that the green motif is very effective as it highlights the hacking elements within our film.
YouTube was also very useful for publishing videos, such as blog posts on specifically like traffic light connotations and our evaluation questions, because we created an account called Solomon Studios, which is our production company. Another limitation to YouTube as a site was that when you found the perfect music for your trailer, it wasn't royalty free, and this was very frustrating as a group to find something that fit our trailer so perfectly that wasn't royalty free.
We used the editing software GarageBand in order to construct our own soundtrack for Iscariot. We found GarageBand very accessible as we used our transferable skills from iMovie in order to edit the sounds for our soundtrack. A limitation of using GarageBand is that it is very difficult to match up the sounds from your soundtrack with the video footage from iMovie and make it in sync.
We used Weebly to create a very user-friendly site, and it was very easy to navigate across all areas of our product.
It enabled us to construct a website which conveyed our brand cohesions and implemented our green motif and highlighted the same picture from the website to the film poster, which again conveyed the similarities between both ancillary texts. Prior to creating our Iscariot website, we'd had no previous experience about creating a website and therefore were unable to understand the tools and techniques used in order to build and manage a website.
However, a limitation of Weebly was that when we wanted to center the title Iscariot on the center of the website, it didn't allow us to do this, and this was very frustrating.
We created various accounts on different social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook and Twitter in order to interact with our audience and receive feedback.
Social media allowed us to have a much wider audience, and they could give us feedback to expand on our trailer and improve it, and we made adjustments accordingly.
Social media allowed us to converse with one another outside of school as we created a Facebook group chat which allowed us to communicate with one another when we were not in the classroom.
A specific example of social media helping us to improve our product, specifically our poster, was when Edward Hill commented on a post we made on our page.
He suggested that we make changes to our film poster as the kidnapper on the right hand side to the male protagonist appears in a darker background and is not completely visible. We took his advice on board and made changes accordingly. We used eMaze as a presentation tool to present our findings from our research and planning in a more innovative and creative manner. We found it very difficult to embed pictures and videos from YouTube when using HTML. We also found that specific pictures from Google Images are often pixelated once they are embedded into the tool itself. We used the cartoon tool Powtoon in order to present our findings from our research and planning.
The new media technology Powtoon allowed us to be more creative with our presentation. Because of the use of cartoons and movement, it was much more engaging for the audience.